Welcome back to Car Stuff P&W. This is Jesse. We got another update on my Civic. I'm still waiting on parts. I got new needle bearings and a new shim coming today. But, I was looking at the 1-2 hub here. I'm not going to take it apart, but the splines, they just didn't look good. Metal was coming off of them. And then also, looking at the bottom of third gear, comparing it to other gears, how they look, this just ain't gonna cut it. I need to replace it. So I did some research, and apparently the I think it's 93 to 96 Preludes have the exact same third gear counter shaft gear, that same part number. I actually found one on Honda Parts now for like $88 shipped, which is amazing. So I got a new one of those coming, and a new 1-2 hub. It's basically what this latches into. It's those splines right there. So I'm still waiting on the transmission to put that back together. But in the meantime, my distributor has been leaking. It's been leaking both from this seal as well as the internal seal. And so I already obviously tore it apart, but I figured I'd film this. I got a kit. It's a distributor seal kit from Dorman 917-136. I got it from Amazon. It comes with a new seal for the outside and then a new seal for the inside. This is technically for one of the TEC or Tech distributors. There's a Hitachi or a Tech TEC, I don't know. Distributor you can have for these cars. This is technically for the TEC. It comes with two different seals. I think maybe because it could go for either one. I'm not sure which one to use at this point, but one thing I did notice about the head on my car is it's got some damage right here. I don't know if that's causing an issue with it to leak, outside of the head there. But I'm hoping just a new O-ring will resolve that, because there was oil on the back of the distributor here. So in order to get to this point, one of the things you have to do is the shaft will stick out the end here, and then you've got this pin that holds this piece on. It goes through there and then in a hole there. Before you knock that pin out, you want to make a mark on this so you can reorient it the right way. Because this only mates with the camshaft in one specific way, so you want to make sure that you mark it so you put it back the right way. Otherwise it'll be off by 180 degrees. So once you do that, then you take your cap off. Then you'll have the rotor, this guy right here, sitting there. It helps to remove the distributor, because usually there's this black plastic cap right here, and you've got the rotor right here. There's only one spot where you can undo the screw. So it's just easier to pop this off. I made a mark where the timing was set before, just to get it close. It's still a good idea to use your timing light and retime it, but it should be close. So yeah, once you get the rotor off, then you can get this off. Then you can remove, I think this is the igniter right here. It goes in there. And then this guy is in there like that. And then you've also got these sensors as well. I will film me putting it back together. Maybe that's the igniter. I can't remember. Is this the coil? Oh, this is the coil. That's the igniter. So I'm going to pop this thing out using a screwdriver, probably on the other side. Get that out, and then figure out which one of these I need to replace it with. Because yeah, unfortunately you can see there's oil and stuff just leaking out of there, which is super lame. So let's get to it. All right, I got the old one out. If I match it up with this one, this looks like the one to use. It's about the same size, and it fits onto the shaft here. So I think this is the one. It's the 3288. Actually, it says 86. 3286. The Coke? I don't know. KOK. This is the one that I'm going to use. It should just fit in there. I'll probably have to push it in with a socket, but it's nice and tight, which is what it should be. All right, so I managed to push in the seal. I just actually did it with my thumbs. And then I started bolting in the sensors. So now I should be able to take the shaft assembly and jam this guy in there. Kind of like that. Doesn't help doing this one-handed. I need two hands. Okay, I got it in and bolted down. This wire here does go underneath and come back up the hole for the igniter. And then there's a little clip there for it. This one goes there. And then this one goes here. And this one goes there. And then this sensor goes here. I'm pretty sure this sensor, or this cam goes here. I believe that's how that goes. Okay, all the connectors are connected up. Hopefully maybe this is helpful. And then I secured this thing down too. Now I'm going to deal with the back here. You've got a little washer goes on there. You have the piece, the alignment piece, and of course you want to make sure that you match up with your mark. And then you got the pin right here, and it's supposed to go in that hole. I don't know how easily it'll actually go in. I definitely needed to punch it out using this tiny little punch. I don't think it'll just slide in, but it is aligned correctly at least. So now I'm going to use my trusty sledge and smash that in. All right, I got the pin all the way in, and then you have this snap ring goes around it. I don't know if I can do this one-handed, but basically it goes into that groove like that. I like to spin it around so it's the gap is over here, just like that. We are good to go with that piece. And then this guy goes in. I remember this piece is up at the top. If you look on that side, it's half height. Remember, this is at the top. So this one goes like that. I had to use a puller in order to get it off. So I'll probably have to, oh, that's starting to go on. There we go. Like that. I might have to use my negotiator to get it on there. But yeah, once that's on, then I'll put the coil. I think that's what it is. I think this is a coil in, and then I can finish this up. Okay, got the coil back in. The wires connected. They basically tell you where they go based on their length. I'll put this piece back on because I took it off because it was all oily. But that's mostly it. This thing goes on here. Some people don't like using these because it makes, taking the igniter off or the rotor off a little tricky, but I don't know. It's there for a reason to keep things protected. This is my old rotor. I think it's worn out. Luckily I've got another one here. I don't know that it's actually a Napa one, but it's not as bad. I think I can get away with reusing it. So it only goes on one way. You gotta rotate it around so you can see the screw hole. And mine was kind of a little rounded out, so I'm gonna use the one that's in this box. Where'd it go? There it went. It doesn't look great, but it's not as bad as the other one. Something that helped get some of these screws out without rounding them out was you can put a bit into a 1/4 inch socket and then just use your ratchet. It makes it so much easier. I feel like you're much more prone to rounding things off with this. I mean, this is fine for putting it back together, but for taking them out, this is the way to go. And I put a little piece of paper towel in there so it doesn't fall out, because otherwise it's constantly falling out. So yeah, I'll put that on. I think I'm gonna get a new rotor for it, or no, not a new rotor, a new cap for it, because the rubber was pretty worn out and dry, and the cap itself is all oily. So I'm gonna secure this in, and then bolt this back on, and call it good for now until I can get a new rotor. Okay, so for the rubber seal on the outside there, you cover it in motor oil and then put it on. And then as you can see, I got the alignment done correctly, so it went in. And then you torque these bolts to 17 pound-feet. This one's hard to get to, so I just guesstimate it. But with that, the distributor seals have been replaced. And so now I just need a new, well, it's not that bad. Maybe I'll just clean it up and reuse it. It doesn't look that bad. And then obviously these connectors get reconnected. I had already disconnected them to get this stuff out of the way. But yeah, there you go. That's how you rebuild one of these things. Kit's pretty cheap. It's cheaper than buying a new distributor. If it keeps leaking on me, I might just buy a new distributor and then RMA it until I get one that doesn't leak. But that should do it for this one. Yeah, so yeah, still waiting on parts for this. Hopefully that'll come soon, and I'll put up another video. I think I'll wait until I get all the parts before I make another video. But yeah, that'll do it for this one. Give us a like and a subscribe. We'll see you later.